My great-maternal grandmother was Mariam Koyumjan, and she was born in Behesni in 1900. Around 1914, her and her family were deported, and along the way, her mother and her sister were taken across the Euphrates River, and her mother and sister were subject to jewelry body searches, and her mother was actually hiding some pieces of jewelry. So the soldiers, the officials, they beheaded her and threw her into the Euphrates River. And Mariam came after them, and she was going on the boat, and while she was crossing the river, she noticed her mother's lifeless body and her head floating in the river. And she had an infant son with her, and by the time she arrived to Kilis, her infant son had actually starved to death. And in Kilis, she met her husband, Ghazar Hotoyan, and they got married. They had 9 children, I believe, and most of them didn't survive to adulthood. And then they moved to Aleppo, where they had Krikor Hotoyan, who was my grandfather, and my grandmother. Her parents were born in Shabin Karaizar and Dikran Agert. They both met in Aleppo, and they married and had Shake Dehderian, who is my grandmother. They got married around 1950, and they had my uncle and mother in Aleppo, and then they moved to Canada around 1970.